You are one bad contract away from a technological nightmare. Imagine this: your network goes down, your employees are completely locked out of their systems, and your customers are getting frustrated. You call your IT provider, and instead of a swift resolution, you get a voicemail and a bill for out-of-scope emergency support. Choosing the wrong office technology provider doesn't just cause headaches, it directly bleeds your bottom line. In this video, we reveal the exact 12 questions you must ask before signing on the dotted line, guaranteeing you find a technology partner who actually protects your business. Welcome back to the IT Help Channel. I'm Dave Clark. Today, we are tackling one of the most critical decisions any business leader has to make: selecting the right office technology provider. Whether you are running a fast-paced medical clinic in Las Vegas, a busy law firm in San Diego, or a sprawling real estate agency out in Palm Desert, your technology is the heartbeat of your daily operations. A smart buyer knows that vendor selection isn't just about finding the cheapest quote. It is a highly structured evaluation. Here are the mandatory questions you need to ask to separate the true experts from the amateurs. Our first question is all about defining the boundaries. You need to ask them exactly what services are included in their offering. The reason this is so crucial is that the IT industry is notorious for the scope trap. Some providers bundle everything from help desk support to cybersecurity under one flat rate, while others offer a seemingly low entry price, only to nickel and dime you for every software update, network tweak, or on-site visit. You need to know how they handle hardware management versus system monitoring. Clarifying this upfront prevents massive budgetary confusion down the road. You want a comprehensive, single-source solution where the scope is crystal clear. Question number 2 focuses on the absolute most frustrating part of bad IT: response times. You must ask them how fast their support response time actually is. Why? Because slow support creates a devastating domino effect. An employee cannot work, which means a client is left waiting, which ultimately damages your brand reputation. How they answer this will tell you everything. Do they offer guaranteed response times backed by a service level agreement? Do they have transparent support hours and a clear escalation procedure for critical outages? You need to know if they handle things remotely or if they will actually send an engineer to your office when things catch fire. Question number 3. What security measures are included? This is non-negotiable. We live in an era where cybercrime is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. A simple antivirus program from a big box store is no longer going to cut it. You must ask vendors how they handle endpoint protection, network monitoring, multi-factor authentication, and disaster recovery. The National Institute of Standards and Technology clearly states that layered cybersecurity controls are essential for protecting sensitive data. If a provider cannot explain their structured security approach to you in plain English, including how they actively train your employees to spot phishing emails, they are putting your entire livelihood at risk. Question 4 separates the true professionals from the break-fix hobbyists. You need to ask how they handle system monitoring and maintenance. The break-fix model is completely reactive. It means your provider only makes money when your stuff is broken. That is a massive conflict of interest. A premier provider actively monitors your network performance, device health, and backup success rates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. By continuously monitoring your infrastructure, they catch the tiny anomalies before they escalate into catastrophic server failures. It is the difference between changing your car's oil on schedule versus waiting for the engine block to crack in half on the freeway. Business is rarely stagnant, which brings us to question 5. How will your solutions scale with our business? Your technology infrastructure has to adapt as your organization evolves. If you plan to open a new branch in San Diego or transition half your workforce to remote roles, your IT provider needs to have the bandwidth and the architecture to support that seamlessly. You have to ask them about their process for adding new users, increasing cloud storage capacity, and integrating complex new software tools. A smart partner builds a foundation today that can comfortably hold the skyscraper you plan to build tomorrow. Question 6 is where we talk money. What does the pricing structure look like? Pricing transparency is absolutely essential for your operational sanity. You must demand that vendors explain their monthly service fees, hardware costs, licensing expenses, and contract lengths. More importantly, ask them to outline any potential price increases year over year. Hidden costs love to hide in the murky waters of poorly defined agreements. By demanding total transparency up front, you can build an accurate technology budget and avoid those heart-stopping surprise invoices at the end of the month. Following the money leads us straight to question 7. What exactly is included in your service agreement? The Service Level Agreement, or SLA, is your ultimate safety net. It legally defines the expectations for both you and the provider. When reviewing these contracts, you need to interrogate their response time guarantees, their equipment replacement policies, and their contract renewal terms. These documents must clearly define who is responsible for what. A solid contract protects both parties and ensures there is zero ambiguity when a crisis strikes. Technology evolves at breakneck speed, and that environment is why question 8 is, how do you handle technology upgrades? Think about your core IT infrastructure, like your firewalls and servers. They do not just sit there. They work continuously to manage data traffic and defend your perimeter. Over time, that continuous operation, combined with the increasing demands of modern software, causes physical and operational performance to degrade. An outdated server doesn't just become slow, it becomes unpredictable. Servers, firewalls, and operating systems age, making hardware failure and severe performance bottlenecks a question of when, not if. You must ask providers how they manage hardware lifecycle planning and security updates. A world-class provider like AIS maintains a structured, multi-year technology roadmap for you, ensuring your infrastructure is replaced before it fails, keeping your performance high and your security risks incredibly low. Question 9 asks a highly specific question. What experience do you have in our industry? Generic IT support is dangerous. Different industries carry heavy, unique requirements. If you are in healthcare, your provider must eat, sleep, and breathe HIPAA compliance. If you are in finance, they better understand data protection standards and encryption. Providers who are already familiar with the unique operational rhythms of your specific industry will drastically reduce your downtime because they already know the specialized software you rely on every single day. A partnership is only as good as its results. Keep that in mind when you ask, how do you measure success with your clients? Do they just wait for you to complain, or do they actively track key performance indicators? You want to see providers who evaluate their own success through metrics like system uptime percentages, response time performance, and the reduction of security incidents. Clear metrics demonstrate extreme accountability. They prove to you with hard data that the thousands of dollars you are spending are actually delivering real, measurable value to your organization. Question 11 cuts through the corporate red tape. You need to ask, who will be directly responsible for our account? When your server catches fire, you do not want to be routed to a massive, faceless call center halfway across the globe where you have to explain who you are every single time. You need to know if you will be assigned a dedicated account manager and a primary support contact. You also want to know if they schedule quarterly strategic reviews to align your tech with your business goals. A clear, dedicated support structure guarantees that your communication remains consistent and your long-term planning stays entirely on track. Finally, question 12 tackles the hardest part of switching vendors. What is your onboarding process? Technology transitions require meticulous, almost surgical planning. If an IT company says they can just flip a switch and take over, run the other way. A professional onboarding process includes a deep infrastructure assessment, complete system documentation, rigorous security configuration, and comprehensive user training. A highly structured onboarding protocol is the only way to prevent massive operational disruptions during the implementation phase. When you partner with a single elite provider like AIS, we manage your entire IT infrastructure, your phone systems, your print fleet, and your cybersecurity all under one roof. Working with a single integrated provider eliminates the finger-pointing between vendors and drastically simplifies your management and support coordination. If you are currently looking for an office technology provider, or if you just realized your current IT company can't answer these 12 questions, we are here to help. Go to ais-now.com today and request a comprehensive IT network assessment. We will evaluate your current infrastructure, review your security risks, and help you map out your long-term technology goals. Thank you so much for watching the IT Help channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And remember, you can worry less with AIS.